shipping up to Boston, making a quick pit stop here in Connecticut with UFC's Billy Goff ahead of your long-anticipated UFC debut. You're fighting next week at UFC Singapore. Dude, how's it feel to finally be getting in that octagon?
Feels pretty damn good. It's been a long wait. I've been really excited to make my debut and put the division on notice, and August 26th, I get my chance to do that.
And tonight, I'm not sure when I'll drop this interview, but tonight is week 2 of Dana White's Contender Series. Last season, week 2 is the last time we saw you fight. So it's been a whole year, man. For those who don't know, we've talked about it before. Can you just fill them in? Like, where have you been? You had a little injury. How's that going? All healthy now?
Oh yeah, I'm at 100%. I feel great. I actually, for the last 5 fights, including the Contender Series, I had a torn meniscus in my left knee, and it didn't feel great, but it was never really an issue. I could still train really hard. It would just click and pop here and there. And then I booked a fight for February against Themba, and I went to a Naga and hit a drag, left my knee behind, got popped in the knee, and I had 2 tears in these meniscus. So both knees, I ended up having to get double knee surgery, just because if I was going to get this one done, I might as well get this one done. Surgery was first surgery in my life, so that was interesting. But now it took me a while to I was able to get back to training pretty quickly. It took me about three months to start moving around and doing things again. I was able to walk, so I was able to start moving around. I was coaching wrestling. But now I'm at 100%. Now I can squat ass to grass. I can jump. I can throw kicks, knees, no problem. I can hit all my knee slices, knee passes, whatever I want to do.
And it's been a whole year. How hungry are you to compete again?
Oh man, it's so frustrating to just sit and watch. Like you mentioned, the Contender Series there's some of the guys that were on the same episode of me have fought twice, 3 times, and that's upsetting, because that's how I like to stay active. I like to fight 3-4 times a year, and not being able to, just sitting here twiddling my thumbs, it's very frustrating. But it's a good chance to, like, hey, right now is time to recover, get in the best shape, and just make this as perfect as possible. So it was a good lesson, I guess, to where instead of slowing down by choice, I was forced to kind of slow down. It was like, all right, you got to be smart sometimes.
And this weekend's UFC Boston, unfortunately, that didn't work out for you. I know they were trying to get you on that card. You're going to Singapore instead. You leave on Sunday. What are your thoughts on Singapore? I know you got like a 27-hour flight ahead of you or something like that?
Yeah, so it's going to be right around 23 hours. We go to San Francisco, and then we go to Singapore. Yeah, I could have waited. Like, I could have just stuck around, waited for something in Vegas, or maybe tried to wait till MSG. But I'm ready to go. Like, I wanted to fight in June or July, and I'm not going to keep waiting. Fuck that. Like, Boston was nice. It would have been cool to get on that card, because then I wouldn't have to fly. I would just don't have to go stay in a hotel anywhere, and I'd be able to get a local crowd. I'd get so many people in there, and it just didn't work out that way. So next best thing, Singapore across the world. And it's going to be weird. This will be the longest flight I've ever been on, but I'm not too worried about it. I'll adjust.
And you're fighting at like 5 a.m. Eastern time, which is a little bit unusual. What are your thoughts on that? Is that going to be any sort of mix-up for you, or just business as usual?
Just business as usual, because it'll be 5 p.m. there, and so I'm assuming I'll adjust by the time I fight. The only weird thing is like, if I was here watching my own fight, I wouldn't be getting up at 5 in the morning. Right. Yeah, so grateful to anybody who gets up that early to watch me.
Well, I'll be up bright and early for you, brother. And Kinoshita, a stud, a hype beast, they say. He's coming off of a loss, but what are your thoughts on him? Because he's a very highly touted prospect out of Japan.
Absolutely. I watched his Contender Series. He was a great knockout. Definitely put a lot of hype on him. But I don't think he's as good as he needs to be to fight me in certain areas. I think I'm better across the board. I think I'm a better striker. I'm a better grappler. And the fact that he got finished in his last fight from mount with elbows, and I've finished several people from top with elbows, is just kind of an indicator of how this could go. Yeah, you never know. I mean, there's always a puncher's chance. Anything could happen. But I'm shooting for that first round finish.
Are you predicting a first round ground and pound finish?
Not necessarily. If ground and pound, it'd be nice to get a knockout on the feet. But My biggest thing is, so he doesn't like to back up really, and he likes to come forward, which is fine. But I don't like backing up either. So we're gonna crash, and you're gonna get awfully close, and at that point I can just grab you, and if I can get my hands on him, I'm gonna take him down and put him out.
And you're training for this fight, as always, in the Roughhouse, Team Dexter. Just tell the people a little bit who you're training with and how's camp going. It's been a year-long camp, man.
Oh yeah, no, it's I've been in camp for a while, and I feel great. I'm in the best shape I've ever been. I'm leaner than I've ever been. Not too heavy. I've been training down at the Roughhouse. I've been training with Austin Shala, Jake Kasky, Randy Francis, Eric Zane, Brennan Ward. He's been coming down a lot. Kevin, my jiu-jitsu coach Kirkor, my head coach Dexter. They've been giving a lot. They've been sacrificing a lot for this camp. Everybody who's staying extra, staying after, and doing cardio. People are pushing me, and I'm just really grateful because without them, I wouldn't be here.
And who's coming with you for the 27-hour journey to Singapore to be in the corner?
Oh man, they're so mad about it. They wanted me to just wait, just fight local. They were begging. And when Ian Gary fell out, or not Ian, Jeff Neal fell out, and I threw my name in, and my coach was like, "Please let this happen." He does not want to fly to Singapore. But Dexter and Austin are coming with me, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cool. It's for all of us. It's our first time leaving the country.
It'll be worth it, okay? Sorry, guys, but it'll be worth it after that big dub. And, Billy, last thing for me, man, I assume you want to make up for some lost time, as they say. That's the expression. When, assuming everything goes well, you stay healthy, when would you like to get back in there? Any specific opponents that interest you?
It's hard because people keep asking me, like, oh, who are you going to call out after this fight? And obviously this is everything goes well. Nice, easy first-round finish, not too much damage. I want to fight at MSG in November. It's another local fight. You guys didn't get me the local fight on Boston. Come on, please give me the local fight at MSG. It'd be really nice. I don't want to fly again. But it's so hard to call anybody out because I've got no weight, really. Like, if I get some hype going into this and I can start chirping at people, but all the people that I want to fight are at the top. Like, I want to fight Rachmanov. That's the number one guy I want to fight right now. I think I put him out, and it's just I'm like a fucking middle schooler to him, basically.
Well, hey, man, it all starts next weekend, UFC Singapore. Ladies and gentlemen, Billy Goff finally making his UFC debut. Check it out on ESPN+. Get up early at 5 a.m. You're not going to want to miss it. Billy.
Thank you, my man.
Kick ass, man, all right?